What's up, YouTube? Hey, it's me, Big Mo. It is Friday, October the 20th. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I get rained out of work. I'm going to go out behind the house and sit in the blind till dark. Tomorrow's going to be a good day. Pheasant hunting comes in. Hopefully they get some deer moving while they're shooting pheasants. At 5 o'clock, I'll find out if I'm off tomorrow. If I am, I'll be in the blind before daylight. But I'm dressed. I'm ready to head on out to the blind. So like I said at the beginning of every video, let's get this damn video started. Well, I made it out here safe. I'm all settled into the blind. We're going to stay real quiet tonight. Tomorrow's the first day of pheasant season. I'll find out at 5 o'clock if I'm off. Fingers crossed I am. And we'll be back out here at daylight if nothing happens tonight. So we will wait it out till pitch black dark like we always do. And we will hope for the best. The deer sightings back here for the last couple of weeks have been very low. If I knew for a fact I was off tomorrow, I'd have probably headed up to the mountains. But I got a couple of functions I have to attend over the weekend here, so that couldn't possibly happen. But I think tomorrow's going to be a good day back here. Who knows, maybe tonight will even be a better day. So let's get this video camera shut off, and we'll sit here till pitch black dark and see what happens. What's going on about 5 o'clock and the rain's starting to settle in a little bit. I just checked my work schedule and I'm definitely off tomorrow, so that's awesome. I get to hunt out here tomorrow. I think tomorrow's going to be a really good day, but we still got about a good hour and a half, maybe a little bit longer before dark. There's no sun today, so it's ain't going to take long to get dark. But we'll stick it out till pitch black. Hopefully a buck shows himself before dark. We'll wait it out and see what happens. Well, I'm running out of daylight here, so I'm going to get things packed up. Start heading back to the house, but we'll be back here before daylight in the morning. Like I said, tomorrow's the first day of pheasant, so I'm expecting some deer to be moving, so we'll see what happens. It's going on 9 o'clock in the morning here, and still got a little bit of rain dripping off the trees, but it seemed to have subsided. Hasn't been a whole lot of shooting. A little bit of shotgun shells been going off. Not nearly as much as I anticipated there to be, but I texted a friend of mine that does pheasant hunting, and he said when pheasants are wet, they don't really like to fly, so that's something I didn't know because I'm not a pheasant hunter. But I figured since it was Saturday, inline muzzle loader for doe still in, flintlock, doe still in, and the junior senior high-powered rifle season is still in for does. It's also in for bears, but we don't have very many bear hunters around here. So I really anticipated there would be a good bit of shooting here so far this morning, but I don't know if it's the weather that's got everything screwed up, but apparently people aren't seeing anything to shoot, I guess. But speaking of the junior senior rifle doe hunters, I want to give you guys a heads up that my main man Sparky, one of the co-owners of the Camp In-Laws, shot and scored on a doe on the opening day, which was Thursday. And I want to show you guys a picture of it now. job, Sparky. That's absolutely awesome, buddy. I'm glad to see you got some meat for the freezer. I guess we'll be having deer meat in bear camp this year. I also wanted to give a heads up that Frankie, the other owner of the camp in-laws, he was in Tynesta doe hunting with his high-powered rifle, and he shot and scored on a doe. I'm going to show you guys a picture of that one now. Great job on the doe, Frankie. That'll definitely eat well, my friend. You Tarnaskis are filling tags, and that's what it's all about, guys. So I'm just going to sit tight here in the blind, and hopefully some deer start moving here pretty soon. And hopefully we can put some meat in the freezer. But we'll wait it out. We'll see what happens. Well, unfortunately, it's 12 noon, and the Weather Channel's saying they're calling for some more rain here this afternoon. It's been raining off and on all day. The pheasant hunters haven't really been out shooting very much, period. I've not seen a single tail other than squirrels. So I think it's time I just call it quits and pack it up for the day. I'm not going to get the opportunity to hunt again until probably next Saturday, unless I happen to get off early one day this week and I can come out and catch a quick evening. But my guess it's not going to be until next Saturday. So if I get the whole weekend off, I think maybe Friday night I'll run up to camp in-laws and we'll archery hunt for bear up there. So I'm going to go ahead and get this turned off and get packed up and head for home. And I will either see you in the evening one day this week, or I will see you going to camp in-laws next week. This video's not over, so stick around. Well, it is Friday, October the 27th. The good news is I'm home from work, but unfortunately I didn't get laid off work yet. They want me to work one more week, so nothing I can do, got to work one more week. But they did give me a 3-day weekend. I'm off Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The bad news on that end of it, they're calling for rain. As you can see right now, it's raining here at the house. They're calling for rain tomorrow morning, and then Monday's like an 80% chance of rain all day. Since I figured I couldn't hunt tonight due to the rain, I would just pack up my stuff and head for the camp. It's only a 50% chance of rain there in the morning, and then the afternoon's supposed to be fine. I'm going to take a ride up. We'll do some hunting tomorrow. We will hope for the best. Hopefully some deer are moving. Pictures coming in on Tacticam have been very low. We actually had a cold front move through. I was getting some pictures of some bucks. I was getting pictures of does. Then, unfortunately, a warm front blew in, and the deer just pretty much quieted back down. There wasn't a whole lot of movement. There was no daylight movement. But midweek, they're calling for colder temperatures. But unfortunately, I'm going to be working, so let's just hope for the best, and hopefully when we come back from camp this time, we got some meat for the freezer. So let's back this truck out and head to Marionville. Well, guys, I made it up to the camp safe. Didn't have any issues on the drive up. Everything checks out here at the camp. Nothing looks touched or out of place or anything, so we're good as far as that. We got a fire going in the firebox just to take the chill out of these old blocks. Sparky was supposed to make the trip up, but he decided he had some things going on with his granddaughter, so he might come over tomorrow morning if, as long as it ain't pouring down rain. He said he'd take a shotgun for a walk, but because tomorrow's the opening day of turkey season here in Pennsylvania. And the guy's retired, God bless him. If that's what he wants to do is take his shotgun for a walk, then so be it. I wish him the best of luck in the world. He's bagged the doe. He's waiting for it to come back from the butcher. And I'm looking forward to him to bringing some deer meat up here in bear season. But tomorrow, I looked at the hourly and they're saying rain until about noon. If I get up in the morning and it's pouring down rain, we'll just sit the morning out if we have to, because we can go out at 11 and we can just sit until pitch black dark. I did bring my licking branch, Black Widow licking branch stuff. I'm going to put it on that one sapling that's close to my blind. I might even finagle my camera. Instead of shining out in that big open area, I might have it shine more towards my blind, but I'll make that decision tomorrow when I'm actually in the blind. I do not believe the rut has really kicked into gear yet. I could be wrong, but I'm not seeing any real signs of the bucks doing daylight appearances or anything. I did have one during the cold front. I had a small 7-point that came to my camera back at the house during daylight hours, but he's the only one so far. But everything I've been seeing up here are normally does, and that spike, of course. But there's been a few bucks, but they're real late at night when they make their move. So hopefully they're going to end up making a fatal mistake, and I'm going to be in the blind when that happens. Hopefully, fingers crossed. As far as getting laid off work,
They were talking about me getting laid off today, but that didn't happen. They need me to work one more extra week. So after next week, that'll be it. And then it'll be strictly hunting. And I'll get any opportunity to be in the woods. I'm going to be in the woods. Hopefully the rut is in full swing by then, and we'll make something happen. I would love it to go home on this trip and have a deer in the bed of my pickup truck. Or even better yet, a Pennsylvania black bear. But I'm drinking some beer, and I'm going to put something on the stove here real quick, have a little supper, and give my wife a call, let her know I made it up here safe and everything's good, and I'll get back to you guys here in a few minutes. Well, it's 5 a.m. I'm trying to get some breakfast going here real quick, and there's no rain, so they're saying there's a slight chance around 9 a.m. So we're going to get dressed here, eat some breakfast, and head on out to the blind. I'll see you guys out in the blind.
Well, it's about 8:30 in the morning, and forecast was on. It's raining right now, so it's just like a light little steady rain. It's not supposed to last very long, but when I got up here this morning, I made a little scrape, and I put some of my Black Widow branch butter on a broken limb on this little sapling. It was already broke, so when I came to put the blind in, the branch wasn't broke. So I had an extra scrape dripper, so I decided to hang it on it, but there isn't really any high branches on it, so I just had to make do with what was there. And I'm like debating whether I want to change my camera and actually aim towards the scrape that I made, or just basically leave it exactly where it's at. So I'll make that decision before I take a break for lunch, and we'll make something happen. But I'm going to stay quiet in the blind. The plan is to stay in here till at least noon, and hopefully this rain stops pretty fast. It's a deer up on the graded hill. I can't tell if it's a buck or a doe yet. It's looking down my way. I don't want to get my binoculars out yet. It's a buck. It's a buck. Hopefully he comes down. I see his horns, but I can't tell how big he is. They're tall. Come on down, buddy. Come on down. Alright, I don't know how much of that I got on video, but I happened to look up and I seen a deer coming across, and I ended up range finding it was about 125 yards. But at first I didn't know it was a buck. It came down, and I was trying to get it into focus with my binoculars, and it stopped, and when it turned its head I could see it had horns. I flipped on the camera and everything. I did manage to stop it a few times. It actually looked my way. Like I said, I don't know what you can see on the video. It looked my way a couple different times, but he didn't commit to coming. It was still raining a little bit. He cut into the pines. So after all that, I let things settle down. Thought maybe he might circle, come check things out, but he didn't. And now the sun's starting to come out a little bit. Hopefully he went in them pines to bed down for the afternoon. I've gotten bucks that come out of them pines, and they come down over this hill, but it's right at dark. So we know he's in there for sure, hopefully he does what he normally does if it's the same buck, and he'll drop back down here right at dark. But Demas actually bought me these binoculars, Nikon binoculars, and I really like them a lot. The thing is with them, they're big and they're heavy, and I had a neck strap for them, and I ended up getting on Amazon. So I wanted to see, I watch those hunting shows, and you see those guys, they're like pinned to their chest, and I never knew how much they cost. Hell, they're only 21 bucks. And that was for like the most expensive one they had. So they got quick disconnects on them, and they're pretty damn nice. So if you're ever in the market to buy them, they're way better than a neck strap, I can tell you that. But I'm gonna hang in here till about noon, and probably go back to the camp to get some lunch. I think Sparky's gonna meet up with me. He didn't even go out this morning because it was supposed to rain off and on. So I think he's gonna come over to the camp. Not 100% sure, but we've already seen a buck. Hopefully, with any kind of luck, before noon, another one will come back. Had I brought some lunch, I wouldn't even be going back to camp. I'd sit here till pitch black dark for sure. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go back and get something to eat. Because fat people like to eat. But I'm gonna shut this camera off, and we'll see what ends up happening. Well, I just made it back to the truck safe, and we saw one buck. So Sparky texted me, he made it in the camp. So I don't know what his plans of attack is, if he's coming out turkey hunting or bow hunting or just hanging out at the camp. I have no idea what he's doing. But we saw a buck, so maybe tonight he'll show himself again and we'll get a shot at him. But hey, at least we saw a deer, so I'll take that as a win-win. So tonight, hopefully we actually shoot one. We'll make it happen here tonight. So I'm gonna head back to camp. I'll see Sparky, and I'll see you guys there.
Pile and your old saw in the shed. I knew there was one in there.
It looks like he's got some kind of clips on there. Yeah, it's all sewn and everything. Got the big lumps on it.
I have turkey calls at home, but by the time I got your message, I was on the way down.
Got the turkey call?
Oh, a turkey call, I stopped and, yeah. The Allen Ranch, that's what
Oh, okay.
but I'm gonna look in that toolbox if there's any in there. They kind of doubt it because you probably got metric.
That's the top or the bottom?
It's got the top.
You'll probably be laughing at us. They say, you dumbasses. It's pinning up against the pole.
Well, right now it ain't got no wind, so it needs to come out. If we get a long limb, maybe we can pull out. Well, by the time you get up there, we'll be back inside, you know.
It's a real turkey hunter. Good luck. Alright, well, hey, it's about 2:45, and back here set up in the blind. Sparky went across from the camp. It takes you down towards the creek, which actually brings you out down here about 100 yards from where this blind is. He's gonna go for a walk and see if he can see some turkeys. We had some turkeys close to the camp pretty much all summer long, so got a damn good chance of seeing one. Fingers crossed before dark that buck comes out of these pines and works his way down through here. We'll get a better look at him. If he's legal, we'll put one in him. But we're here till pitch black dark. Hopefully tonight will be our night. Well, unfortunately the sun's starting to go down here, and things ain't looking good here for tonight, but we're gonna sit it out about another 10 minutes and then gonna start gathering up my stuff and head on back to the truck. Well, I'm back at home. It is October the 30th. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's been raining here all day, so Weather Channel claims it's going to quit, so we're going to go out and sit till dark. So hopefully tonight we can make something happen. If nothing happens, we're going to put this video out, and the next one will be all about the rut. Let's go sit in the blind, and we'll hope for the best. I'll see you out in the blind. Well, I made it out here to the blind safe. Everything's good. A little bit of rain dripping off the trees. It's supposed to come to a complete stop. So hopefully it does, because I have no interest in shooting deer in the rain. And I'll hold true to that. Even if it was a nice buck, I wouldn't shoot. I went on and I bought a little bit of Tink 69 Dillon Rut. I didn't fill my dripper with it or anything, but I dipped a few scent wicks in it. Got them hanging on a tree. So it may raise a little curiosity. We'll wait and see what happens, but we're here till dark. And since I'm on night turn tomorrow, I got all night to track one if I had to, but hopefully the rain stops. So Heather wants me to shoot a doe no matter what. I got a little leery about it because the bucks for all the does. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, and we're gonna sit tight in this blind until dark. I'll turn it back on if we see something. Well, I just made it back to the house safe and didn't see a damn thing out there tonight. But that's why they call it hunting. Unfortunately, I got to do night shift starting tomorrow, and we got to work all week. So my hunting will be cut short for this week. But I'll be back at it on November the 6th, and we'll start a new video. And this one will be called The Rut, because the rut should be on by then. So I hope you guys are having a great archery season so far here in the great state of Pennsylvania. I wish you all the luck in the world. For the people that send in pictures, we'll get them all out on the next video. So like I say at the end of every video, thanks for watching.